At some point, you just stopped fighting it. The fatigue, exhaustion, the brain that's not cooperating, or the body that stopped responding no matter what you tried. You kept pushing through because that's what you do, until you just couldn't push through any longer. And when you finally asked for help, you sat in your doctor's office and tried to explain how you were feeling. The labs were run and you were told, everything looks normal, you're fine. Fine. I know that moment because I was you. And I want to tell you something that nobody told me for a very long time. Your labs being normal is not the same as you being well. And today we're going to talk about why. I'm Erica Christine, and this is the Midlife Health Detective, where we follow the clues that your body is already giving you. No hype, no quick fixes, no false hope, just real answers. So stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why normal labs and feeling terrible can exist at the same time and what it actually means for you. Our healthcare system is broken. And I don't mean that your doctor doesn't care or isn't trying to do the best that they can, but your doctor is not the problem. On average, a doctor has between 7 and 10 minutes to spend with you. They have to manage quality metrics, insurance codes, and a waiting room full of people. They work inside a system that was designed to manage disease, not restore our health. There's no billing code for optimizing your sleep, nutritional guidance that doesn't get reimbursed. Using movement or sleep as medicine doesn't generate revenue, so it doesn't happen. Not because the doctor doesn't care, because the system just won't pay for it. And here's the result. We are sicker than we ever have been. We are more medicated than we ever have been. And we are more confused about why we feel terrible when our lab work tells us that we're just fine. You are stuck in a gap because your labs don't classify you as having a disease. You haven't gotten there yet. So you're not sick enough for the system to act, but you are far from feeling well. And I work in that gap, not instead of your doctor, but alongside of your doctor, filling the gap that the system structurally cannot. Because something is wrong. The system just isn't looking in the right places. And I'm going to walk you through 3 specific examples because this is where it kind of gets real. Your labs came back normal, but here normal compared to what? And is this test even measuring the right thing? So if your doctor ran nutrient analysis, he or she might have run serum magnesium and it came back normal. Serum magnesium measures less than 1% of all the magnesium that's stored in your body. Less than 1%. Your body is extraordinary at maintaining serum magnesium levels. And that 1%, it's going to borrow from the 99% of magnesium stored in your bones or your cells. And it can do this for weeks or months or years before that serum magnesium level moves. Studies show that you can lose between 20 and 30% of your total magnesium stores before that serum level will ever budge. The better test for magnesium is RBC, or the magnesium that resides within your red blood cells. It reflects what's actually happening in your tissues, and most doctors don't order it. Why does it matter as a detective clue? Well, magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 different enzymatic reactions in your body. Everything from energy production to nerve functioning, blood sugar regulation, sleep, stress response, and even hormone functions. When magnesium is depleted, even with a normal serum level, those systems start to slow down. All of them simultaneously. That's not one symptom, that's the whole picture. Now let's talk about vitamin D. Your doctor might have checked your vitamin D levels and maybe they came back at 29 or 31 and said, you're fine. See, the lab ranges and the conventional sufficiency threshold is 30 nanograms per milliliter. But that threshold was established based on one thing: prevention of bone disease, not immune function, not brain health, not hormonal regulation, not cancer risk, just bones. Research on populations with regular sun exposure consistently shows level of 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter. And in functional medicine, you'll see optimal ranges from 60 to 80. That's twice what the conventional lab ranges show for normal. And here's what most people miss. Vitamin D is not actually a vitamin, it's a hormone with receptors in your brain, your immune system, your gut lining, and your thyroid. When your vitamin D levels are at that very low end of the normal range, you're running at the floor of sufficiency. And that means that every system that depends on vitamin D is underpowered. A vitamin D level of 30 and 70 are both technically normal, but they're not occurring in the same body. So let's talk about thyroid. Your TSH came back in at 3.8, 4.2, and your doctor said it's normal because the range for normal on standard labs is 0.45 to 4.5. Your doctor said you're fine. And technically, because of the lab ranges that are set, he or she's not wrong. But here's what the research actually shows. The National Academy of Clinical Biochemistry found that 95% of truly healthy individuals have a TSH below 2.5. And studies consistently show optimal thyroid functioning corresponds to a TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone between 1.0 and 2.0. This is where cardiovascular risk is the lowest, lipid profiles are best, and symptoms are the fewest. So a 3.5 or a 4.2 even is technically normal within lab ranges, but functionally it's a clue. And TSH is only one piece of the picture. It measures pituitary signaling, not how much active thyroid hormone your cells are actually receiving. It doesn't tell you whether T4 is converting to active T3. It doesn't tell you if reverse T3 is blocking it. And it doesn't tell you if your immune system is quietly attacking your thyroid right now. One number, TSH, in range, tells you almost nothing about how your thyroid is functioning. Now, what do these three examples have in common? None of them are diseases. All of them are functional. And all of them affect every system in your body simultaneously. Your energy, your mood, your weight, your gut health, your hormones, your immune system, and your brain. When these markers, and these are just a few for example, are suboptimal, even within the normal range, your body is running on reduced capacity across the board. So the better question to ask is what keeps them from being optimal in the first place? What's driving it? Because these markers don't deplete randomly. They do deplete for reasons, and the reasons are specific to you. Reasons that point back to something deeper that's been driving this. That's not aging, and it's not just declining estrogen levels. It's a system that's under stress. And stress, whether it's mental, emotional, or in this case, physiological, has sources. And finding those sources, that's where the real work begins. But to round this out, I want to reaffirm for you, you are not crazy, you are not weak, you are not broken, and you are not just getting older. You are a woman with real symptoms, real drivers, and a body that has been sending you clues for a long time. The system wasn't looking at your clues, and they were searching in the wrong place. But now you know a couple of things to look out for, and more importantly, you know that normal is never the right standard. Next week, we go deeper. We talk about what's actually driving these markers down, the hidden physiological stressors your body has been quietly managing that nobody is testing for. So if this video resonated with you, hit subscribe. Video 8 drops next week, and that's where things get really interesting. And if you're ready to start looking at your own picture now, the link is in the description. I, Erica Christine, in the Midlife Health Detective, will see you in the next one.